Hey, welcome back, ADRL Nation. It's Dr. Fears.
And Prince Adam.
Sorry, Prince Adam. Hey, buddy.
Dogs going crazy in the background for whatever reason. It's like they know I could go live.
Well, it's all your groundskeepers.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I know they got those high speed. Don't they use drones now to trim all your hedges and stuff around your property?
It's amazing. It saves so much time, especially on the trees. You can keep them nice and pruned. Cut down on staff.
No, what a crazy week, huh, man? And even a equally crazy weekend.
We seem to have those.
Yeah, we seem to have those, especially when you're on the grind that we're on, right?
Indeed.
But it's all good. Hey, what do you think? What do you think, bro?
Dude, I you know me, a straight old G, but I love that cup.
That is a 30-ounce super duper heavyweight tumbler. This thing is the shit, and we're going to have them up on our website here in not too long. But this is the blue one, and it could be my favorite one, although I am partial red. Here's a 20-ouncer. 20 ounces of freedom, baby, for all you Sublime fans.
Amen.
Here is our ADRL red version, so we'll have that on the web. We just got all these in, so we've had a bunch of orders so far. Just got to get them out, and got to not figure out a way. Let me rephrase that. Get them into the website so that you can go in and click the button, put in your card information, pay for them, and then we can send them out to you. So
close.
That is where we're at.
So close,
yet so far away.
I'm
a guitar player. I'm not a singer. I don't claim to be a singer, but I do enjoy trying to sing, even though it's horrible and excruciating for myself. And that's okay. That's what showers and cars are for. So
what have you been doing this last week?
Oh my gosh, what have I been doing, brother? What haven't I been doing? I'll tell you what. So I took my first trip down to Bradenton Motorsports Park this past weekend, and that was a pretty great experience, dude. Never been down there. You know, I'm a traveler. I like to travel and do things by myself, which I did this time, which like I typically always do, unless I'm not with the family, obviously.
Right.
The track was super cool. There was a good crowd turnout. It was a week-long thing, so holy cow, I couldn't imagine living down there for a week. That's almost like a, I don't know, camping vacation station, something. I don't know.
Get away for sure.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's a cool thing. Maybe the teams love Dina. What's up, sister? Carter, what's up, buddy?
What's up, buddy? Long time no
see. Carter on there. Mike, how are you, brother? Knoxville, Tennessee. I love Tennessee. As a matter of fact, red matches my Stella. Man, I love that Stella. Here's what's funny is that my buddy, what's up, Tommy?
In the
Another
house.
Tennessee fan. Dina, so concrete camping, exactly. So my best friend, and actually our marketer, one of my best friends, he is a Cadillac guy, and he's got a couple V's. He's got a 67 Cadillac that's so beautiful. It's baby blue with the curb feelers, and it's amazing. It's super cool. He's got it is. He's got a newer one, and as a matter of fact, he's single, and his dog, hey, good evening, Pitty Tink. Love it. Love it. Just don't say that too fast. And sometimes I'm dyslexic when I read, so that worked out all right.
Man.
So thank God. But Dina, so what's interesting is that he is a single guy. That's his lifestyle. Doesn't want to be pinned down. However, he's got a dog. He's got a beautiful husky, and her name is Stella. And he named his puppy's name Stella. So kind of a link there between your V and named Stella. Anyways. Okay. So Bradenton. So Bradenton was really cool. Great experience. And by the way, I'm looking forward to making a family vacation on the way back from Georgia through Tennessee. I think we're going to do some Chattanooga, some Gatlinburg for sure. I want to go to Lookout Mountain and Lee and Jonathan. What's up? I want to go to the Skywalk. I think there's a place in Gatlinburg where they got like a drawbridge in the mountains there, and they got roller coasters and stuff. So anyways, looking forward to doing that. I love Gatlinburg. But this past weekend, let's get back to that. So it was my first trip to Bradenton Motorsports Park. Great experience. Talked to Victor, the owner. He seems very motivated with all the events he's got going on. I think that was the 19th U.S. Street Nationals that I'm aware of. North Carolina. Yeah, we did that on New Year's vacation. Oh yeah, it's a great vacation, man. I love Tennessee. It's got a thing in my heart. I love going there and jumping in the rivers in the Smoky Mountains where the water's like 45, 50 degrees, freezing cold. It's just
cold. You like cold water? Weird.
I like cold water. I like cold showers. I like cold rivers. Yeah, man, I don't know. But Bradenton, talking to Victor, 4.5-year owner at this point, has done a great job with the track. Has great events down there. I think the World Series of Pro Mods happening down there. What else they got going on? Yeah.
What don't they have going on?
And I think I did say it was the 19th year for the U.S. Street Nationals down there. So it was a big turnout. It's kind of like a big deal. I got to meet a whole lot of watching from Gun Barrel City, Texas. Got a lot of family in Texas from Cleburne and Burleson and the surrounding areas. And actually live all over the place down around that area, Fort Worth.
Yeah, you don't mess around in Gun Barrel City, I don't think.
No, that's I think you still get roped up and drug around and shot for doing some dumb shit. I mean, Texas don't mess around. If I'm not, and I don't want to get on politics, but real quick, I'm pretty sure that there's all kinds of Texas citizens just taking it upon themselves to cruise down to the border. It's gotten a little crazy down there. But anyways, that's a whole nother subject.
Texas does Texas.
Texas does Texas. They do it big down there, whether it's caravans, guns, or pigs. Shit, they even
there you go. Talk to Jonathan.
Work at Volkswagen
in Chattanooga now.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. All right, man. Love the mountains down there. It's just a really awesome place. Super beautiful. Really love it. Actually, the last time I was going through that area in Sevierville, they had a convention or a car show, some type of lowrider car show, import car show. Is really cool. There's a lot of guys at the Buc-ee's down there with lots of cool cars. So not only did I get some Buc-ee's experience, but a lot of cool imports as well. Chatsworth, Georgia. Love Georgia. Got a lot of family in Georgia down there in Brunswick, St. Simon's Island area.
We'll be there.
Yeah. I have to go hit the family up on the East Coast there. So got to meet, I'll tell you my main mission really. And look, I had thoughts of going, and frankly, we were planning on going seeing Amanda Hoover and Chris Duncan up at their shop, shoot some video and stuff. And we had it planned out all week. And then Steve Wiley, I don't know if you guys know why. I'm sure everybody knows Steve Wiley. Texas Grim Reaper, baby. He reached out to me. He's like, hey, when you getting down to Bradenton? And I was like, shit. I was like, all right, I guess I got to go, man. He's like, I'm surprised you're not going down there. So, Tallapoosa, Georgia. Very nice. A lot of Georgia folks, lots of Southeast guys. So I told,
I love it. Last name.
Yeah, Tallapoosa.
No, I'm saying the last name of that.
I didn't. Oh, okay. What was the last name? Pull it back up, please. Oh, hey, I love that last name, as a matter of fact, because we love our guest, and we'll get to that in a minute. But so the mission, Prince Adam, was to go down there and just put some faces with the names, meet some people, I would say kind of networking, but not networking, really just to get more of the vibe, the experience, go to a bigger event like that and just kind of see the whole customer journey kind of deal. And not customer, but spectator journey, and hang out in the pits and talk to the guys, and just awesome. Got to hang out with Brandon and Kimmel and Pez, super cool with PJS Racing. I mean, they're very friendly. They're like, oh, come hang out. And
Yeah,
so
they had an uneventful weekend off the track, so nothing.
Oh, yeah. No, man. I mean, can you believe that shit? Somebody got drunk in their golf cart and smoked their hot rod and pushed it into their camper. I mean, geez Louise, man. And I was there just before that happened. It must have happened that night that I had left, but overnight shit, drunken, good times in the pits, I guess. Sometimes not so fun. But, and then, their son, Cole, it was a great time, and we're going to have him on the podcast. He said he'd be more than happy to be on the podcast. He is their mechanic, super cool kid, man. And I mean, I'm telling you, he is good at what he does, man. He gets his dad's motor rocking and rolling, got that bullet all geared up, and he moves faster than Rockingham. Heck yeah, don't take advice from Wiley. You know what, man? I genuinely love Steve Wiley, man. He is just about as cool as they get. At least they fessed up and they're paying for it. That's right. And not only monetarily, but from a physiological standpoint, it sounds like somebody screwed their back up, broken arm. They all got kind of fucked up. Or, excuse my French, got messed up and are going to the hospital. And you know what? Hey, I'll try to keep it family friendly, but, this old jarhead in me just kind of spits it out sometimes. And, hey, we're all racers. We love gears and motors and tire smoke and Eagle and American Pie, freedom and fuck that word. I mean, and swearing. That's just how we roll. I mean, you could be Christian and swear. They say that people that swear tend to be the most honest. So I'm going to stick with that.
Not sure who they are, but they tend to say a lot of things.
Yeah, they know a lot of stuff in general. And I didn't get that from the internet.
No.
So the Pez family, it was great seeing PGS and their rig. I did for the first time meet the Brown racing team, William Brown III, super cool guy, man. I mean, he was about as nice and informative as they come, man. He was super helpful, not helpful, but just from a promoter standpoint and the experiences and his track history with drag racing, he gave a lot of invaluable feedback as far as just events and promoting. And it was great to stand there and talk to him. He was a great dude. His whole team is pretty awesome. Of course, saw Steve Wiley and Promoter. Haven't had a chance to take up that picture that we all took together, but NC Promoter got himself a new pair of shades. If anybody hasn't seen those, they're pretty wild. And he had his little mohawk rocking. That was pretty awesome. Kevin Flatt. Okay. So, I'm friends with his kid Tristan. Okay, right on. Yeah, that's great, man. Small world in this community, right? In this community. So I'm looking for food. I'm walking around and I see veteran-owned. Was a veteran-owned vendor trailer, and it said cigars. And I thought immediately, hell yeah, right? Now I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't really drink. At least not this year. I'm kind of
don't smoke. What do you do?
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so I will go over to his tent. I was like, or to his camper, and I met him. And Kevin's super cool, and he just started this business. He's a vendor, a pull behind cigar vendor. And I went in, and he was cool enough each day to give me a cigar, and we hung out and talked. And so he'll be at SGMP with us, which I'm super excited about because he's got some really good quality cigars. Veteran himself, worked in all branches of the government. He's retired now, and he's like, you know what, man, my old lady doesn't want me around as much, and she gave me this business plan and kicked me out of the house, and now I travel around and do this. So Kevin, hey man, appreciate you, and we're glad to have you. The Adam and reference though. The Adam and reference though.
Adam and reference.
Yep. Adamant. We all know Adamant. Or if you don't, Google him. So who else did I meet? Todd Moyer. Obviously, I met Todd Moyer. Super nice guy. I mean, he is just a good old boy, right? Just nice, and just will talk all day long with you. As we all know, his car did a pretty cool run. He ran 345.7 at 233. That's super fast. That's rocking, man. That's getting some numbers, and he was pretty excited about that. And then not long after that, went down, talked to Jason Scruggs. Todd is the man for sure. Hung down there at the Mississippi Missiles camp and hung out with Scruggs, and he was super cool, and the whole family is cool down there. And we just kind of hung out, and we talked about conversations that we had on the phone previously, and just again giving some advice. And I love that everybody's super supportive and giving all the advice in the world, and I'll take what I can and run with it. But He ended up running that 346 at 218.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast. Yep. So those two guys just really laid it down. Craig Sullivan, had a chance to talk to him and his crew. I just love his ride, man. I mean, it looks like some coked up Mexican in South LA spent years just the most fine detail and the gold and everything. I mean, when you look up on it, man, you're like, damn, this thing is awesome. I mean, it's just such a cool looking car, but it's heavy. So, I asked him to run with the Pro Extreme. He kind of danced. let me rephrase that. Didn't dance around anything. He pretty much made it clear that his car is heavy and it would be hard for them to run in the Pro Extreme class. So as we move down, maybe we do some different classes and get him involved. But I love his car so much that I'd almost make a class just so he could participate.
Yeah, prettiest car.
Yeah, right. Just to give him a plaque. Or just show up. You don't have to run. Just make a pass, lose, and I'll give you a plaque for prettiest car. How about that? That is until who is it that's got that really nice gesture? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm Phelps. Sorry, Phelps. Boy, what a cool.
That is a beautiful wrap.
Yeah, that's such a nice car. Who else? And then a couple more. Lyle Barnett, super cool guy. He runs for Scott Tidwell's crew. Just a really cool cat, man. Of course, we seen the Carolina Kid, Travis Harvey, and had the pleasure of speaking to Adam Flamholk, the Swede, and meeting his kids. And man, they're all super cool too, man. We all be at BMP this year.
Bradenton Motors Park.
BMP.
That's my guess.
So I'm going to do a matter of deduction. Yes, Daryl Phelps. Thank you, Darlene. Matter of deduction. I don't think any of the tracks that we're doing have the letter B in them. So as silly as it sounds, I'm not 100% sure. BMP, SGMP, Montgomery, Huntsville, Rockingham, XRP. There we go.
Not this year.
Bang, bang. Not this year. So there's
not yet this year.
Or maybe not yet this year. We got a whole summer. Maybe we pound something out in the Midwest, like in Ohio or something.
A lot of things can happen.
Yeah, for sure. Where we at, Prince Adam? Make sure you keep me on track because I can just go on. I love talking. Doing good?
Yeah. I mean, we're good. We're right about there. So
awesome.
I think I think you've pretty well. Are you pretty well?
Well, here, let me wrap this up, and we'll get.
Okay.
Oh, Brainerd Motorsports Park. I've definitely heard of Brainerd. However, I think we had that on our list. We have a list of like 25 that we were going after this year, and we had to really we had to look at all the other series, who was doing what, where, on what weekends, look at the dates, figure out the weather. That in itself was one hell of a strategy process. That was a great exercise. The whole concept.
Yeah, that was fun.
But once you go through that and you've got all that figured out, it's done, and then it's easier to kind of move forward. So let's talk about the website. So we are getting the website updated. We have updated Georgia Drags event information, class info, payouts, schedule, all that's on the website. So please go take a look at that. We are still getting all of the information for the class rules or guidelines set for the classes. So those will be in there. But if you've run ADRL, you know what Pro Extreme, Pro Nitrous is, Extreme Dragster. Hey, right? Bring it, heads up, no nitromethane, screw blower, roots blower, turbos. I'm curious to see what happens. See what people bring. It's going to be all kinds of super cool dragsters coming in. Mods, you just bring them. Everybody's going to run them. And then the link to the FOAT is on the website as well. So, if you're coming in from out of town, you're bringing some family with you, and you're not going to be running or anything like that, please go to the FOAT, buy some tickets. The only place you can get a 2-day pass is online. And when you show up, we'll be able to give you these fancy, nice ADRL American Drag Racing League wristbands. They're not paper. They're actually something that you keep. To me, I like to keep things for sentimental purposes, so I didn't really want to make something that you just rip off your wrists and they're kind of junky, right? You can keep this, wear it forever, love it, take pride in it. Let's see. So yes, go to the FOAT, get those. It is a sale, so the prices are cheaper online prior to the day of the event. Kids 12 and under are free. Veterans are going to get in for $15. at the gate. As long as you have an active duty military, you'll be able to get in. And we're working with the local Air Force base. Drawing a blank on the name, and I can't believe it after I've been talking to all the Warner Robins after talking to the Clint Duncan of A Fuel allowed. No nitro. Just saying. No nitro. Don't know if that answered your question or not. So go to the
I don't either. I was gonna say we'll get to that maybe here in a minute.
Yeah.
Our guest.
Yeah. Right. This is great, right? Like, oh my gosh. Sometimes I feel like a poser, but hey, you got to start somewhere. You don't know how to ollie until you work on it. You can't play guitar until you spend time playing guitar. Anyways,
sometimes you get blisters.
And then we are finishing up the merchandise line, as I explained to you. Check it out. It's pretty great shit. We've had a lot of requests for this stuff. I've just had to get pictures. Doing it. We're a one-man band, Adam and I. We're doing this whole thing on our own, per se. Well, with the help of my mom, Bonnie. Thank you. Love you. She's awesome.
We get by with a little help from our friends.
She's retired. Yeah, that's right. And she's helping. We love it. So Facebook, the ADRL, I'm going to bring this up. So our ADRL official crew and drivers group that I created is a private group. All right. If you want to join, that's fine. But what we're using it for is a direct link to any racer that's on social media who is currently participating with us or plans to participate with us, so that we can, if something comes up, we can just give you some quick information. Hey, this is what's going on at this gate, or hey, the weather permitting, or whatever it is. It's not a platform for people to go on there and just do whatever. It's not an open public platform. So it is private. So if I haven't accepted you yet, it's maybe because you haven't answered any of the questions. I just want to know what team you're riding with, who you're driving for, what your team name is, and what class you're participating in. So those admin questions are on there. So no offense, just want to make sure everybody understands that that's just a little niche private group that I've created for our drivers and racers. And remember, we did add Montgomery International Dragway to the list, May 3rd and 4th. We've been talking to Brad Wheeler. That dude looks exactly how he sounds, does he not?
It's crazy.
I mean,
I saw a picture of him a couple minutes before the phone call where I heard his voice, and I was like, "Yep, that's him."
Yeah, like if you saw a picture of him, and then you talked to somebody random on the phone, or you knew that was. I mean, you could clearly match it up. I mean, that dude's about as burly and's got a deeper voice than. Yeah, that guy's got a deep voice. And we may potentially have our first official sponsor, but I can't say it yet because we haven't laid it out. I can't.
Hopefully soon.
You say I can? Hopefully soon.
No,
yes.
We'll
announce it. We'll tell everybody. Yeah.
As soon as we can, you'll know.
Yes. So with that being said, just wanted to kind of give everybody an update. Remember, this is everything ADRL. So we're going to focus on what we got coming up and how these events are looking and so on and so forth, as well as have special guests. As everybody knows, we have added a pretty awesome class to the ADRL schedule. And it's been the talk of the town. And people are calling me. Literally, I got a call at 10 o'clock last night. Hey, Ryan. I'm like, yeah. Hey, tell me about your dragster class. All right. So we did. And his response is, well, I'm going to go buy a dragster so we can participate. I was like, dude, that's great. So 32 car field, 500 car field. I have no idea. It sounds like everybody and their brother and sister are going to show up to this dragster class. So I don't know what kind of Pandora's box I've opened, but it seems to be pretty fun. So we're pretty excited about it. But with that being said, we'll reference the ADRL Podcast number 3 episode as Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Rising is the name of this podcast. And we are referencing Tishia Cagle. She is our next guest, and we are glad to have her on here. What's up, Tish? What's up, Mama?
Not much. Just sitting here listening to you ramble.
Oh
man,
I love it. We talk almost every other day.
I know, right? And we are ramblers. We can just ramble back and forth all day long. It's super easy for us. We love it.
I'm excited. I really am.
That's why, like usual, I just got out of the way.
You guys are going to give me the queen of everything, though. I mean, we did this. I did this. You know, you guys know I came to Texas to support my big Jim. He's went through some medical problems this past year. And I came to y'all and, told you guys that, our class is struggling in these small towns that we have with the open outlaws. I grew up, my dad being a door guy, nitrous all day long.
Oh yeah.
And I was asphyxiated by the first person I ever saw, and it was in a jet car, and it was in a dragster, and I thought it was great. I was about 5 years old, and my dad actually won the race that night and took me down the track. Back, you can't get away with it now, but dad sat me over on the side and took me down the track after he won the race. And I've been amazed by the way the kids interact with the dragsters. They are just, how do you say the word? They are just like amazed. It's like being in a rocket ship, in NASA.
Yeah.
It's two different worlds in a door car and a dragster. I have been very fortunate to be able to do both worlds. And if I could pick one, it would be in a dragster. When you're in a dragster, it's just the G-forces, the caliber of what you experience is unbelievable. I come from both worlds. My dad is a nitrous guy. He makes jokes all day long. You're going to be having a rookie tune on your car this year. And I'm like, that's okay. It's all right. I always wanted to blow a motor. He always, gave a lot of dirt, to the blower guys, and I think he's starting to come around this year. This past year, especially at Rockingham, he was just ecstatic, just seeing me run the way that I run. I went out there and done this for all of us. I'm not the queen of ADRL. I am basically the voice. There's a lot of us who are slower, faster, whatever. I took in the index thing, everybody wanted to index and then everybody didn't, and everybody backed me up and everybody didn't. And I basically opened it up. I told you, I said, you want to change the rules? I'm not in charge of changing the rules, but let's open up the index and have no index. Let's be balls to the wall.
That's right.
And, I'm the underdog. I got a 525. I got a Reese Broiler. But I'm known as the Willie Queen and the Red Light Queen. I either am going to be 001 negative or I'm going to be 001 ready to go. You got to get me at the tree. I'm really deterred, in this whole industry this year. I've wanted to make it to where everybody feels like they have a place. It's not about me. I did this for all of us.
You did.
As dragsters, I came to y'all in Texas. I came to help Big Nasty. And you guys asked me, you got your car here. You got your dragster here. I'm like, no, I don't. Because I'm here to help Big Nasty. We're going to win an event. We didn't, unfortunately. But with what we were dealt with, we did very well. I want everybody to understand that, in the dragsters, it's a special class. It really is. It's when I grew up, I looked at Shirley Moy Downey as my everything, Doug
She's
Herbert,
a badass.
Doug Herbert, when he lost his kids, his driving school, everything that's going on in the world now these days, our dragsters have just gotten dust on them, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly
there's
what
so
you
many
mean.
of us, out there that want to race and we don't have the purses to race. At one time, the faster you were, the bigger the purse was. You got your small tire guys, you got your 10-5 guys, they're making a name, but everybody's used to seeing the door cars. When I came to Rockingham, I didn't expect it to be the way it was, I just came to run a few laps, to have fun. And, the kids fell in love with it. The women that come out because of Phoenix, with Phoenix, I picked that name because everybody that knows me has known that I've been in this roller coaster ride for 20 years. I've backed my dad, I've backed my ex-husband. I do want to take a minute to say that, even though that me and my ex-husband have went separate ways, if it wasn't for him, I would not be where I'm at right now. He did everything he could to make my dreams come true, which is that little girl who always saw a blower motor, top fuel, top alcohol, whatever it was, to have that blower motor. He done everything in his power to get us where we're at right now. And unfortunately, in our situation, you know, we have divorced and we have went our separate ways, and I'm not single mom, single wife that is just, you know, out there. But he really is a big part of why I'm who I am. And I feel like he needs, you know, Richard Davis needs recognition of the fact that I am where I'm at because of him, because he worked his ass off for me to be where I'm at. And even though we've, you know, we have good ties and we've went our separate ways, without him, I would not be where I'm at right now.
Well, it's awesome that you took the time to reference that, because it's important, I feel, in general, to know where you come from, know where your roots are, and give recognition where recognition's due to the people that help you get to where you're at.
That man worked his ass off to get me where I'm at. He's still there for me till this day, even though they have separate disabilities of what's going on in our ex-marriage. We are divorced now, and I am going to continue to live this dream for him. But the most important thing is the fact that we're bringing the dragsters back. These
that's right.
Kids and women and everybody, they look at us as we're something different. You know, you see pro mods out there, you see all of this going on, and you know, I give it to them. I'll be honest with you. I couldn't get in a door car and do what I do. I know what the beast is of a blow motor and a dragster. I can imagine what it's like in a door car. It is a whole nother world. But
whole nother world.
A whole nother world. But it also is a whole nother world for us guys in a dragster. You know, we have been set to the side, and we have been put as we don't exist anymore. And us, do.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Tish. Let me ask you this. So let me interject here real quick. So what does it mean to you now that we've got this dragster class at the ADRL? I mean, what's that mean to you to have that class and kind of the direction it's going right now?
You know, there's not a lot of guys that have the balls to get in a piece of tubing. That's what they tell me all the time. You know, you're in a piece of tubing. They look at it as like they're in this door car and they have all this safety, and we're in this little tubing. But it is a different world. It's like taking off in NASA and going to the moon. It is a whole different world. I've experienced both. Now, I'm not going to lie. I've got a couple of nitrous guys that's going to come run with us. I'm so excited because these guys had the capability of putting us on the trailer. I mean, they got 900 cubic inches motors. They have the potential of running all day long 350s, 340s. I'm an underdog. I have a 525. Got a reach blower. I run 370s all day long and above. But I'll get you on the tree. You know what I mean? Like, Tishia's known as the red light queen or not. I'm 0001 negative, or I'm 0001 in the beam, you know? But that's okay. I would rather lose to a red light than to be slow on the tree. But us dragster guys, we're a special breed. You know, growing up, look at Shirley Moe Downey. You know, she's had her foot almost cut off. She's had everything almost done. It is more dangerous than a door car. It really is. And when shit goes south, excuse my language, it can be really bad. And you know, it's one of them things to where we have been kind of put to the side as if we don't exist anymore. And
why do you think that is, Tish? Why do you think that is? Why? What happened? I mean, and just from a new promoter standpoint, like what has happened in the industry?
I think it's just we were overlooked. It's a simple thing. We were overlooked. Door cars became with the 10.5 and the small tire and the radials and all that. But what we need is, you know, I support all those guys.
For sure. Yeah, of course.
And it's like, I look up to those guys. You know, you go out there and run 340 something in a door car, that's some shit. You know, that's That's strong.
Yeah.
You know, they weigh more than us. They're driving the hell out of the cars.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you point a dragster and you point straight and you pray for the best. You
Why don't
know,
we?
and that's the honest to God truth.
What if we flip a coin, Tish, and you run a door slammer?
You know, I would all day long. Bubba Stanton's one of them. He's my buddy. You know, he's one of my
funny.
buddies. You know, I was all okay with, open this class up to bring what you run.
Yeah, heads up.
You know,
bring it. Just no nitro,
I'll
but bring
pair
it.
to a funny car, whatever. You know, it is what it is. But I want to bring back the dragsters because when I was a kid growing up, it was just unique. How about that? That's the word.
It's very unique. For
It's
sure.
very unique. You see,
especially if you've never seen
long.
one as a kid and you've never seen a normal gear. Like, what is that? Is that a rocket ship? Looks like a spaceship. What is that thing?
And at Rockingham, you know, I'll be honest with you and Kenny and Adam and all of y'all I showed up thinking, you know, I'm not no big deal. I'm just, you know, I'm here trying
you were a big deal,
promote
man.
my class, and you guys made me the everything, you know, and I give that to y'all. And I had kids coming up to me, and this is what we have to remember. We have all these kids growing up in junior dragster.
Amen.
And they have to see a future for above, you know, and if we don't give them that future of dragsters and they see people going in door cars, there's not two different worlds anymore.
That's
you
right.
know, they've been grown up all this junior dragster. And if they want to go to door car, that's fine, whatever. But they want to see what they have potential of doing later. And that's what I've done. I have come to y'all, and I don't think everybody realizes, you know, I got a lot of criticism, you know, when I was asking the rules of the index and all that by everybody. And she's the queen of, you know, make the rules of ADRL. No, it wasn't even about that. It was about what is best for all of us. And that is, I want to see you guys come out. I want to see you race. I want to see you grab those kids' attention, because I'll be honest with you, the kids and women in this industry nowadays, of what they look at us dragster as we're just the coolest shit.
Well, you know, you're right. And let me capitalize that on real quick, Tish. So, you know, I believe it's really important to have someone like you with your dragster, your pink dragster, as a female, getting out there and kicking ass. And let me explain why. When I look at the analytics, just on our Facebook page, when I look at the demographic of folks that are following us on all of our social media, can you believe it's 90? Now, I guess a lot of people can believe it, but 90% men. Now, I know there's millions and millions and millions of women and girls that would love to see you and get involved and be a part of the drag racing world. We just got to get out in front of them, right? And it takes someone like you with your experience and your badass dragster and your personality to get out there and just kind of cast that net and just kind of show them, like, hey, look, you're a girl, bring it. Like, you can run against these guys all day long, you know? And so I think it's important. And we're really excited.
Not forget about Leah Pritchett.
Oh,
Brady Force out there. We got all these girls out there that, and I promise you, at the end of the day, their goal is to make that one kid not a drug addict, that one kid that has that mental disorder, to know they don't have to give up on their dreams. You got that domestic violence issue. You got all those things. That's what Phoenix means. Phoenix, in all reality, means this. It doesn't matter how rough your life is. You don't give up. You don't give up. God's got us.
Amen.
You know, you're reborn at the worst of times. I you know, in the last 6 months, I have been through so much. I lost one of my girl members. You know, I'm going to try not to get upset. She was one of my crew members. She was one of my best friends. She knew how to hang a ranch without me. I don't know anything about a motor. You know, my dad always told me when I was younger, just sit over there and look pretty, you know, cool it off, you know, hook the battery up, you do all your things. And I didn't know anything about a motor. And she, right after Christmas, lost her life. And she was a big part of my racing. And you know, I do this for all those people out there that no matter how bad their lives are, if this is their dream, you don't ever give up. 22 years, man. Let me tell you a story real quick, just to cut this shit straight. 23 years ago, I was at Rockingham. I watched Shirley Modena watch me get my license for top sportsman. I thought I was big wig back then, you know, running 445s, 475s, and that's really fast.
That's fast.
Know?
I mean,
that's fast,
that isn't anything
you know?
to, yeah.
And I had Shirley Modena standing behind me, Jim Head. I had all of them. They were always talking about putting me in top fuel. And my dad said, no, you know, you got your own ride, blah, blah, blah. To know it, I was 18 years old. I could have done anything I wanted, but, you know, he knew the best. I wasn't ready. How about that? And she was standing there, and I look at it as I never gave up. No matter how bad my life got, I never gave up on my dream. And for 22 years, I stood by my ex-husband, my kids, my husband, everything. You know, if my dad loses, I'm up there at the starting line with all the other guys. If I lose a round, I'm up there with all the guys, and I'm rooting them on. There is a time where drag racing in every single class has struggled to survive. And I'm trying to save the dragster series. It is a series that is special. There's not very many people out there who will get in a piece of tubing, is what they call it. You know, Keith Baker back in the day 3 years ago told me, he says, girl, you got it going on. I'm in a pro mod all day long, which I will not get on in. You know, I'm just not ready for it. He says, but you're in a piece of tubing that goes from point A to B, and if shit goes wrong, you know, you're where you're at. But I never gave up on my dreams, which is after 22 years of supporting my kids and junior dragsters, my dad, all the guys behind him, all the guys behind my dragsters. I never gave up on being there for them. When I line up to the line, I line up rooting my person right next to me more than me. He may be faster than me. He may not be. I don't care what it is, but I'm rooting for him just as much as I am for me, because if I win that round and he is the best of the best, I have beat the best of the best. I have proved myself.
That's
and,
right.
you know, these guys that want to say, oh, I can't keep up with the dragster series because I'm not as fast, that is bullshit. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
because
you just never know.
420s and 440s with a nitrous oxided motor my first year in the Open Outlaws. And I went to 2 semifinals and finals at the end of the round. Lost to the woman I bought my dragster from. I went to 2 semifinals, came back, went from running 420s to 440s to running 3 4.0s to 380s at Rockingham. And I did it. It is point A to B. You don't have to be the fastest. You don't have to be the slowest. You don't have to be anything. It is A to B. If you can go A to B every single time, you have a chance of winning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
consistency. That's what it's about.
Consistency is all day long. And, you know, and NASCAR is the same way.
Yeah. Yep, that's
you
right.
know, you got consistency in your qualifying. You do what you do. And you know this, Ryan. I came to y'all in Texas. Everybody asked, why didn't you bring your dragster? I don't need to bring my dragster. I came here to support Big Nasty. And I came here to support Brian Perez and all of them, you know, and this new ADRL awakening is what I call it.
Or resurgence, whatever you want
Exactly. And I came to you guys and said, look, we're struggling. We got to save this series. This is something the kids, the women, the men, and every category needs to see. And growing up, that's what I saw.
And, you know,
I was amazed by the blower motors and I got some nitrous guys coming out.
Yeah, well, here, Trish, let me kind of jump in there and piggyback on that. You know, so yes, you know, we had talked and you were like, hey, we really need this class. And so we had great conversations and you were like, hey, let's do it. Right. Yeah. And, you know, in the back of my mind, not being as involved in that class over the amount of time that you have, you know, there's always that in the back of my mind, like, well, I hope that's the case. And I believe her. Well, we'll see what happens. And then, man, I would tell you what happened as soon as we released that class and then we took it to Extreme Dragster and had no index. I'm going to tell you, I get probably 4 or 5 phone calls a day from dragster guys. And I had a call last night at 10 o'clock, and I'm always going to answer my phone. Gentleman was asking about the class, you know, what's the guidelines, any nitro, you know, all that kind of stuff. And he said, well, that's exactly what I want to hear. I'm going to go buy me a rig and a dragster, and I'll see you guys in Georgia.
And that's what I want to see. That's what I mean,
I'm telling you, it's like you were 100% right. There are a lot of folks in the dragster world that are super happy to come.
My dad's one of them. You know, Nitro Fish. I don't know if anybody remembers Nitro Fish, but I actually started Extreme Dragsters is what they started back in. It was probably about 2000 to 2001, 2003, something like that. You know, it was Heads Up. It was the first dragster series that was Heads Up, and him and Nitro Fish. My dad went to Brainerd BMP, the one you keep seeing pop up.
BMP Brainerd.
That's my home track.
Oh, gotcha.
My track.
All
that
right.
is where I learned how to race, bracket race, and all that. And my dad was running dragster when I was running door car. And you know, it over the years we've just kind of been put in the outskirts. You know, you got your NHRA, and I'm gonna be honest with you. What I want to see for ADRL all day long is your nitro cars. I want to see nitro class. I want to see top fuel class. I want to see funny cars. I want to see us over in the next few years to have all of those classes that NHRA has, because NHRA, you know, I would race it all day long if I had the funds, but every year they want something for safety. They want something for this. They want something for that. That's just ridiculous. And us guys who are outlaws, we don't have the potential of the money to fund those things. You know, I'll be honest with you. I don't have the money to send my flywheel back every 2 years to say it's safe. Period. I mean, it's ridiculous. But with the ADRL, we all are outlaws. We got our license. You know, we got this, that, and the other. These guys are not going to show up without safety. Period. They're just like, they don't want to be burned up. They don't want to see nothing happen to either of us. We all are all about safety.
Safety is paramount. First and foremost.
If you go back to drag racing, back in the day, there is no rules. There is no license. There is no safety. As you pull up to the tree, it is the best against the best. You go from A to B, and that is it.
Right.
And our pro extreme guys have proved that. You know, we got Bubba Stanton. We got
Bubba,
Jim
Frankie,
Head. We got all of them.
Clyde, Galen. I mean, all of them.
Frankie Taylor. I mean, come on, think about it. Rockingham, Frankie Taylor was up there with me on my last personal best 388 pass, and he's up there cheering and everything.
Oh man, because what a great guy!
He's in a door car, and I'm in a dragster. It's two different worlds.
That's right.
And
hey,
I want to save that.
While we're on this subject, and we're talking dragsters, just real quick, anybody that, and I know there's a lot of dragster folks watching right now because of you specifically, Tish. I just want to throw this. Well,
I'm a rookie.
Everybody
they don't know it. I'm a rookie with the freaking mistakes I made this past year.
Yeah, but you're one bad chick, and there's no doubt about it. So, look, if you're going to run dragster class, please just email us your car name, your team name, maybe a description of your vehicle, whatever you want to talk about your hot rod, and a picture, so that way we can go ahead and throw you out as kind of locked in and get you pre-registered.
Our fuel. We have M5 fuel. I personally am not ready to start running it. M5 fuel, if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. There's a lot of guys who run M5 fuel. It's a little bit of nitro in with their mix. It's not a big deal.
Well, right now, if we're going to talk about it, right now we're not going to do nitro. We're going to stay away from the nitro.
M5 is not really nitro. It's
I'm familiar with what it is only because I've
Yeah.
been talking to some people, so I'm
and
familiar
you
with
know,
it.
there's a lot of guys that's hit me up about it because they run it in theirs. I'm just not brave enough to run it in mine because I don't have the money to mess things up.
Right.
You know, I
Right.
have to be very, very safe with. I'm a single woman, divorced.
Well, here's what we'll do is we're gonna, as of right now, no nitro. We'll know if there's any nitro in the field, but we will talk about M5 further.
Yes.
But as of right now, the rules
But I
are
want the
no
guys to be
nitro.
deterred. You know what I mean? We
Sure.
may have a class later on that allows all those things, and
That's right.
you know, and that is our goal plan.
We've got to
to
find.
make
That's
the
right.
ADRL
We had to
go.
start somewhere, right, Trish?
Yes.
Tish. I did that the other day, right? I called you Trish.
Trish. Everybody calls me Trish.
Trish,
But the
Tish the Dish,
ADRL
Trish, all these
my
things.
thing is
Sorry.
to make it go phenomenal.
Yes.
You know, we have all classes eventually in the next few years.
That's right.
You know?
So, yeah. So to that point, look, I'm really excited for this season. We're really excited about the dragster class. You know, it's pretty amazing, the feedback, everything that's going on around it. You know, just some parting words before we go here. And from you, as a matter of fact, what are you looking forward to the most this season with the ADRL, Tish?
you want me to be honest with you?
I want you to be super honest, man, because I know you know nothing other than it.
The last 3 years, I don't want buy runs. I don't want 4 or 6 of us showing up. I want all of us showing up and
Amen, sister.
go on for these kids and women and men that's been through so much. I want to see a lot of fun. I want to bring the fans back to what it is, which is that drag racing in every series, whether it's Open Outlaws, whether it's ADRL, whatever, we're all backing each other.
That's right.
Because if we do successful in the ADRL, we will be successful in the smaller tracks and the smaller series that we've got going on. And as long as if we have that fan base, which is what we need to make our purses better, is what we need people showing up to support us, is the fact that we have brought us out of the dust. We are here. We may not be NHRers, but we are just as good. How about that?
Yeah,
we are
love
just
it.
as good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, just as good. I don't really know that there's real. I don't like to look at it as a comparison, right? I look at it almost like a. We're not here to compare. We're not here to compete. We are here to pave our own path and do what we do and make the most of it. And again, make it a family spectator event where it's awesome for the racers. The racers are out there in front of 20, 30, 40, 60,000 people. The fencers are bending over. It's standing room only. We're getting the racers just feel like they're on top of the mountains, right? And to me, that's really important. And I'm not seeing a lot of that. I'm just not seeing that a lot out there when I'm just looking at a lot of other things. So together, united as all these series, and as long as we all can support each other,
and these guys
it's going to be amazing.
Dragster series. I don't want to be the queen of ADRL. I want us to be us.
We are. It's us. It's a family. It's a thing, man. It's the ADRL. It's ADRL Nation.
I don't want to be the special person. I want every one of us.
Well, you're not going to be able to get away from that, Tish. You are a special person.
I'm a chick, man.
Yeah, a very super cool, badass chick.
Dan,
man.
Let me tell you something. Dan, I met him at Montgomery, and he had a little fuel spell, and I didn't get to see him run, but he's an older guy. And he's one of our old cats, and he's going to be racing with us. His name is Dan Lucas, and he is what I look up to. He's been there, done it. He's experienced it all. And those guys are the guys I want to see out. That's who I want to see out with us. You know what I mean? And he is he's going to be racing with us. And there's a few others that wanted to give me a little hard time on the internet, about the sex and all that. And,
you're welcome to name drop if you want. I mean, if you're interested in calling some folks out,
No.
I mean, hey, look, let the shit talking begin. I'm not good at shit talking. Maybe I'm just not witty
They know
enough,
who they are.
I can turn these microphones off. I mean, nobody will hear.
But, he knows who he is. And I actually see him there at South Georgia.
Yeah, well, I think you will. And to that, Tish, we are so thankful to have you on tonight.
Thank
And
you.
yes, and we're looking forward to South Georgia, and we're looking forward to the spectators and the racers and everything else that goes along with it. So, hey, Semper Fi, we love you, Tish, and
I love you
again,
guys too. And I'm
appreciate
doing
you.
this for all of us.
Yeah, hey, appreciate you being on, and we'll look forward to probably talking tomorrow.
All
Just
right.
saying,
I'll
that's
see you guys
how we
tomorrow.
work. All
All
right,
right.
thanks
I
again,
love you
Tish.
guys.
All right,
You're
much love,
welcome.
sister. Mhm. All right, awesome. That's great, man. She's so cool. We do talk quite a bit. She's she's a talker. We're a talker. I'm a talker.
Y'all are
Together
talkers.
we are talkers.
That's why I got the hell out the way.
Well, you know what's cool is that she's super passionate, right? Something she's been doing her whole life. She loves the dragster class. You could tell she's super passionate, and I love her mission for it. Just to get people involved, get it, from the kids up, get the girls out there, and just kind of keep people out of mischief. Give folks a reason to get out there, especially kids, right? Get kids on the track, doing something fun, competing, something healthy, that type of community, family community. It's just a really great thing. So,
no arguments for me.
Yeah, no arguments here. We should have asked her about the all ages junior dragster class.
Man,
Shit. Why did I just now think about that after
I had a text written out that said
what's funny is I checked my
Move on
phone
to-
just to
I had In the Groove on my
I was like,
text.
am I forgetting something?
Yeah,
Oh
she was.
shit, and In the Groove.
I know.
Fuck,
I know.
man.
I know.
Oh, can we get her back on? I want to ask her.
She's not currently showing as active.
She'd have to join back on. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did I forget In the Groove?
Oh,
I'll tell you
hold
how I
on.
forgot In the Groove.
Uno momento.
Uno
We're back at
momento.
it.
All right. We got to do In the Groove. How did I forget In the Groove? Golly.
Let me get myself out the way. And there you go.
Okay, you're back. All right, sweet. So, two things I totally forgot, and one because I'm blind and I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see shit. Can you hear me all right, Tish? Here, do you have you might be muted on your phone. Check to see if you're muted on there.
Nope.
Nope.
I saw the mute go on and then come
go
off. So
off.
nope, she's got it right. I'm just not sure what the
It's all right. No
Might be the
pressure. I don't know what's going on. It
Well-
happens sometimes, but you can see my list. Hey, let's play charades. How about this? Let's make it fun. Fuck it, right?
I was gonna say
all right, you
in the
can hear
chat.
me, and that's all that matters. And then I've got to guess. We have to guess what it is you're saying. I love this. All right, so we do a segment called In the Groove, right? So you know me. I'm a musician. I play guitar. Love music, and music makes my world go around. It just is what it is. Whether I'm working and I'm listening to music, or I'm whatever it is I'm doing, I've got to be listening to music, right? It's just one of those things. So this segment called In the Groove, what I do is I like to ask you, Tish, and I'll read lips, military training. I could probably do this fairly well. When you're getting prepped and you're getting ready and you're putting your suit on and you're gearing up and you're getting ready to rock and roll, or maybe you're in your rig and you're listening to some tunes to get you going. What is it that you're listening to? What do you like to listen to? And you could say a band, you could say a person, you could even say a genre. We'll try to figure it out. What is it that you're listening to get you going?
Yeah, folks at home can play along in the chat as well.
Yeah, this will be fun.
It's an interactive game.
This might be funny as shit.
I'm waiting to see which way this one
Cars?
goes.
Does she say the Cars? No.
None.
Guns.
What about it? Sounds like.
You play, yeah, it sounds like.
One word,
Can we
two
do
words?
charades?
Yeah, we're gonna have to break the Pictionary. Uh-oh. Hey, she's good.
Now we really got to guess. Oh, there it
Can you
is.
hear me now?
Oh,
Yeah, we did
there
hear
we
you.
go.
Okay. God.
You
When
listen to
I-
God.
God. When I sit there and
Amen.
and I'm sitting there and before I have stage into my first bulb, I shake my hands. Everybody knows it. And I pray to God that I am not protecting the person next to me, but I'm protecting myself, and that this run is going to be a good run. I give God all my grace every single time. I have got so many pictures of me praying before I go up and praying while I'm there, praying while I'm in the station lights. I give him my everything. Without him, I would not be where I'm at after everything I've been through in the last 6 months to a year and my whole lifetime. God
Amen.
is what has gotten me where I'm at. Um, and I'll be honest with you, I'm rooting for the person next to me just as much as me. Because if he
Okay.
can beat me, God has that grace, and God is what I'm thinking of. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I have God in my eyes first.
I was not going to guess God. I thought you were saying the Cars, and I thought that
No,
was interesting. I
no,
was like, oh, the
God.
Cars is good.
Every
Yeah.
single time, He has saved my life so many times
So
that it is,
I believe that it's very important to have healthy faith in whatever it is that you believe in, right?
you can believe
And
in rocks for all I care.
as long as you have some faith in something. Okay.
Exactly.
So I believe in that, and I respect that answer more than you know.
Yeah,
However,
God is my
the
life.
other side of this, let's go to the other side of this. Before you start praying, what are you listening to? Who are you
I'm
listening to
listening
these
to
days?
everything I've been through in my life, everything that got me where I'm at. I'm so appreciative for, you know, um, I sit there and think about my family and my friends and everybody who's sitting there rooting for me
So
to
that's
make a difference.
that's what's going on in your mind before you're ready for a race. You're not listening to music. You're
No,
not you're not getting music isn't getting your
I
wick
love music.
lit
Don't
or
get me wrong.
oh you do?
Don't
Okay.
get me
What do
wrong.
you
I
love? What's your
love
favorite
my
band?
music.
Let's just be straight up. What's your favorite band?
Nickelback or Metallica.
Oh, there you go. I'm
Okay.
much better with
That Nickelback caught me way off guard.
yeah. Hey, but you know what, man? Nickelback
And they're
is
good.
they're a really
That's
good
back
Good.
in
song.
the
I'll give them
day.
that.
Y'all got to realize I'm 45 years old almost.
I'm
I'm
44. I'm
back
right
in the
there with you.
day.
Hey, I'm 46, so it's all good. No,
Metallica is
Nickelback
the
is a good
shit.
band. Oh,
Metallica
Audio
is,
Slave. Hell yeah, Steve.
yeah,
Audio Slave's
Metallica
really
is
good.
my gig.
Yeah.
Man,
Now,
I'm
are
telling you.
you new Metallica or Def Leppard's
No,
really good, Dina?
all my life.
All
All my
so
life.
like you're talking all like Ride the Lightning, Master Puppets, and
That's
Justice
right.
for All, the Black
That's
Album.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, all of it.
It
Yeah, that's
all.
all good stuff.
Look, 25 years ago, I went to Metallica, Limp Bizkit, and Linkin Park
I went to
concert here
that
in Atlanta.
show. That was a
Here in Atlanta.
great tour.
It was
Yeah,
the
I was
best
there.
damn show I've ever been to in my life.
Oh
And
my
let me tell you
gosh, yeah.
something. Metallica is the only band I've ever seen in person that sounds the same in person as they do on record.
Amen. Well, you know, they come from the days of where you better sound like you did in the studio. I mean, you didn't have all the production and all that shit. It was like Led Zeppelin
That's
was kind of
right.
like that, even though they were before my time. When you saw Led Zeppelin live, they sounded like
Oh,
the
they're the
album.
best, even though they're brothers and whatever, you know.
Yeah. Led Zeppelin is really good. So, okay, cool. So, so you're more lean towards and you don't have to say it just for me, but you lean more towards the rock side versus
That's right.
the
That's
country or
right.
hip hop or anything. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Rock all the way.
All right, good. Because I did see a post of you with Hank Williams Jr. or Hank
That's
Williams
right.
the
The fifth.
second.
And let me tell you something. I showed up at the bar. I was with my friend Christy, and she was drinking. I was like, I'm not drinking. I got to drive my Infinity. We're not drinking and driving to go to jail tonight in Montgomery. And I showed up. I got his guitar pick. I got his fortune cookie. He had Chinese that night.
Oh, really?
He gave me his fortune cookie. And he asked me for my autograph, and I refused. I was like, no, I'm not giving my autograph. You give me your autograph. He was just unique. Like the class of Hank Williams Jr., fourth, fifth, and generation is unbelievable. He's
For
even
sure.
mixed. He's even mixed. And he was great. I sat and spoke with him for probably an hour about my drag racing, and I felt very uncomfortable. I was like, I'm not famous, trust me. You
Oh,
are way
I
more
think you're
famous
more
than
famous
me.
than you think. I think you're more famous
you
than you
know,
think.
my
Tish.
t-shirts say almost famous, always fabulous, and I'll tell you why.
That's a great T-shirt, by the way.
Let me tell you why. Because I'm very humble, and I don't care how famous I ever become. I will almost be famous, which is I will always put someone before myself.
Amen. That's some good shit right there. That's really good.
I really
Amen.
will.
Because it almost kind of goes to the once you think you know everything, you're done, right?
You
So
never
you can't.
know everything.
So it's almost the same concept. Once you think that you're the best, then you're done, right? Like you can
Man,
never
I'm an 80s
stop.
girl. Remember the movie Almost Famous?
Oh
Anybody
yeah,
who knows that
Almost
shit?
Famous.
I'm a high school girl, so yeah, Almost Famous. I'm very humble. I don't want to be the famous one.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I want to be remembered, and I'm going to close this out tonight. I want to be remembered as not the girl who's the fastest, who has the most beautiful dragster, the meaning behind it. I want to be known as the girl who tried to save our series.
There you go. Love it.
That's what I want to be remembered.
Talk
as.
about one more thing we talked about the other day. You actually brought this up. Junior dragsters with no age limit.
I see so
How
much
fun would that be?
So much damn fun, because if I could get in a junior dragster with my kid and get up against my kid like I did go-karts,
Telling you, I'm going to lose some weight. I'm going to go kick some Carter Jackson ass.
That's right. Carter.
Come on, Carter.
He has been online since last year. He is our number one fan. I give it to him.
I love Carter.
I love Carter. When we go to South Georgia, I'm going to come up there and I'm going to root for him. I'm going to lose some weight and go get a rig. Is the shit.
Oh, for sure, man. He's so cool. His family, Leslie and Bobby and Carter, are just so rad.
And let me tell you, he is what I'm looking for. I want him to come get my dragster in 6 years.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I told my kids, I'll take his sides. Y'all can get. No, Mom, I'm scared. I have conned them. Look, I'll put you in my dragster all day long and I set aside. No, Carter, give it 7 years. I'll put him in my dragster.
Here's a funny thing for everybody that's watching. So on the Tuesday night podcast, we just talk about stuff, right? And Carter's always in them, and it's great. And so we had this segment on Bet You Didn't Know where we talked about if you could go back in time for a short period of time throughout all of history for just some short period of time, where would you want to go? Who would you want to meet and where would you want to go? And everybody's talking about, we want to go to the Civil War time or back to the Romans. Everybody. And I was like, I want to go see Jesus and all this stuff. And you know what Carter's answer was?
What?
I want to go to Dragstock 2004.
You know what? That kid keeps doing what he's doing. That kid keeps doing what he's doing and winning some rounds. I'll put him in my dragster all day long.
For sure. It was just hilarious. So we're talking history, and his history is Dragstock.
Strike him in mine and let him do a pass.
Oh, man.
That kid right there is something else.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I'm humble enough to know that we had him on the podcast. So in 10 years, we forged this relationship. Like, hey, man, you remember we were a long time ago. You used to run.
I'll put him in my dragster all day long. That boy keep winning rounds. I put him in my dragster and set aside.
It's on then. So we'll have some fun. Let's make a weird little class, and we'll just call it No Age.
What would be Carter's
point,
their asses whooped.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do?
Get their asses whooped.
So it'll be Carter. It's kind of Carter's idea. We'll do the 330 Extreme Junior Dragsters class, and you can have roots blowers, screw blowers, whatever you want to do on a tiny junior dragster. And there's no age limit.
Already, I'm like, boy, let's just switch. I'll put you in mine and you put mine. Look, let me.
I can afford that. I can afford a $20,000 rig. I can do that all day long.
Look, I just need a way to get there. I'm ready to start Uber service with my divorce.
Yeah.
Only if people knew what I've been through. I have really been eating Roman noodles and look. Let me give it to my dad and my stepmom. They have been there for me. That last run at Rockingham, I ate my motor up. I turned it off. It was God's time. I turned it right off at the right time, or it should have holes out the block and everything. It just was eating the motor up. My dad said, no matter what, you got to be there in March. You got to be there. And he has funded me, and he's been there. And I had a really good friend of mine, Darlene. She funded me. She has just been a supporter. She's known everything I've went through in the last year. She was supposed to come meet me in Texas and couldn't because of the rain. And I've had friends without any strings attached, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
That have been there for me, and that's why I'm going to be there in March. It's not because Tishia has funded it. It's not because Tishia has the means of doing it.
Yeah.
It's because those friends have come together and they're going to make sure I'm there. And I'm going to do what it takes to keep that going. And Carter, of all people, is one of those kids that go to school, make good grades,
He
shows
does.
up to the track, and he wins races. I am more willing when that boy is 18 years old to strap him in my dragster.
Yeah. 100%.
Period.
There you go, Carter. So you got a lot of opportunity. I know Carter wants to do Pro Extreme as well, and
And
he
I
can
don't do
do
nothing I don't
dragster
promise.
class, and yeah, amen.
I don't do
sister.
anything I don't promise. And
Well,
that
we'll-
is, if
we'll
that
talk
boy turns
about-
18 years old, and he is another dream catcher. He makes good grades. He does what he does. I will stick him in my dragster and let him do a run because he's in control of that pedal.
I might do a another fun class. I want to do an adult extreme power wheels class.
Dude, that would be like Dale Earnhardt Jr. Can you imagine all those parents fighting over who's the best? Dale Earnhardt Jr. tried to do the same thing with go-kart racing.
Oh,
The
really?
women were out there fighting like crazy. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
knew Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for it though.
Yeah. We're gonna have
I-
some fun. Look, look, this is all in the spirit of, hey, let's make this fun. Let's make the ADRL fun again, man. Let's make it great again. Let's have some fun shit to do in the middle. Let's race power wheels and do some
Dude,
crazy
let's make it better in
stuff.
NHRA.
And yeah.
And
What's
NHRA
that?
is all about safety and money and every
Well,
year changes
safety is
something.
important, but
It
we're
is,
not so
but-
money.
But
We're not all hung up on the money per
They're
se.
so into things that we're already safety about. How about that? That's the
Yeah.
easiest way to put it. We're
Yeah.
already safety about it. You don't need to go to extreme. I'm ADRL. I want to see top. I want to see top fuel. I want to see funny cars. I want to see all that. I want to see all that in the next few years. I
also wanna
those
see a
guys I
foot-
look up to.
I also want to see a
Those
foot
guys
race.
I look up to.
Tish, you do a foot race against me down the track. Just
Yeah,
strap your
we'll-
shoes on
we'll-
real tight
we'll-
and just
we'll-
sprint to like
we'll-
the.
We'll do the Flintstone and shit. Look, that was me last year, and I couldn't get a transmission in 2022. I didn't get to race all 2022 because I needed something I couldn't get in my hands on, and I was like, "Let's just Flintstone it at this point."
Yeah, hey, let's do it. We're gonna
Yeah.
have some fun, folks.
Yes, we are.
We are. Well,
We
Tish,
are.
hey,
It's gonna
thanks
be a
for
great year.
thanks for jumping back in, and hey, love all your answers. God bless, and God
Look.
bless rock and roll and dragsters.
Let's do this number. We got our heart.
Whoa, what the f just happened?
I
How
don't
did you
know, but
shoot
tell your
hearts
wife
out
I
of your
give her
mouth?
kisses.
What
Tell
in the
your wife
world?
and your kids that thank you for my when I had the flu and I thought I was dying.
It's not going to work for you.
There you
You're not doing it on a cell phone.
go.
What in the world?
You
This
got
freak
it,
never-
buddy. You got it. Just keep practicing it.
I'll never be able to blow hearts out of
I
my
love you
mouth.
guys. Adam, you need to talk more.
It's okay.
I'm
We
just
love
here
your
doing my
face,
job.
woman. Have a good night,
I'm
Tish.
just
We'll
a
talk to you
Pamela
s-
Anderson wannabe.
Get out of here. Hey, by the way, love your tips. Tips. The hair
You're welcome.
looks good.
You're welcome. I love you guys.
All
I'll
right,
see
talk
you
to you
guys
later, Tish.
later. Y'all go have some fun.
Yes, you know it, sister.
All right. Love you guys.
Let's see it.
All right, that worked out great.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. She freaked me out blowing hearts out of her mouth, though. I was like, what in the hell is happening?
The cell phone. That's what cell phones can do.
I did too many breathing exercises. This whole breathing exercises shit is just great, bro. Now I understand how runners get runner high. That makes sense to me now. If you don't know what breathing exercises are, just try them. I'm not trying to be a health guy, although I am really into health. However, breathing exercises get you really high. It's fucking crazy. Naturally, off oxygen. It's weird how the body works. She is awesome. I agree 100%, Dina. All right. Well, we did In the Groove. That was awesome. Yeah, I got nothing else. Just
I think
another
we did it.
great episode of ADRL the podcast, and we had Tish the Dish on when Phoenix Rising. It was super cool. She is cool, Carter, and we are going to do an all ages junior dragster class, Carter, and I'm coming for you, bro. I'm coming for. I'm just going to lose a
Coming
bunch
for
of
that
weight.
ass.
I'm gonna play some Eminem, and we're gonna get. I don't know. It would just be me. I'm sure Bobby can tune a motor way better than I'll be able to. I don't even know what I'd be doing. It'll be missing and sound like shit. I'm like, oh, it'll be fun. Anyways, so all right, man. Well, hey, thanks everybody for joining back in for another episode of Adrenaline the Podcast. I'm Dr.
No, it's
Fears.
not.
No, Adrenaline the podcast.
No, it's not.
that. It's ADRL. It looks like it on here.
It's not.
ADRL the podcast.
I'm telling you right now, and I'm getting forceful.
No, it's
voice.
ADRL the podcast. It says
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
yeah.
ADRL
Okay.
the podcast.
Ooh, good. Well, I'm glad it says that.
Yeah. You're welcome. She is just an awesome person. She means well. Thanks, Dina. But yeah, thanks again for joining to another episode of ADRL the podcast. Now I have to like focus on saying that, and I'm kind of thrown off. I'm Dr. Fears.
I'm Prince Adam.
And we'll see you guys next time. Peace and chicken grease.
Bulls on parade.
Yeah, that's what we do. Bulls on parade.
God, we
Gourding.
on